Hi folks, before we begin this class on the Mechanics of Ascension, it's important to understand the basis on which we are looking at this from. And in order to understand this, we have to go back in time and look at some of the previous lessons we did about time, space, and timelines. We have to go back and look at creation mechanics. We have to look at the multi-dimensional nature of reality. We have to look at the reality, a reality field that is created that is our holographic experience of our reality here. Now first let me start off by saying what ascension is not, because there's a lot of misunderstanding about what is meant by ascension. Ascension is not the process whereby you're going to be zoomed up off the ground into the cloud somewhere, into some place called heaven. That's a myth that's been perpetrated by the religions here, simply because religions interpret reality as being only in manifest physical form. Yet most religions will speak about the soul, but they won't actually define what a soul is. And as we learned in our Mechanics of Creation, the soul is a body. It's the body that provides energy into your physical body. And your physical body is a holographic manifestation of the underlying energies contained in your soul body. So having said that, ascension is not about your body flying off into heaven somewhere. Instead, it's the underlying energies moving out of the frequencies, the frequency harmonics of the first three dimensions 1, 2, and 3. And then we go through a process of moving into the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. Now, our consciousness is actually stationed in the 4th dimension, and it's observing itself in dimensions 1, 2, and 3. So consciousness is actually stationed already in the 4th dimension, and it's observing itself here as the 3-dimensional physical reality. So with that understanding, then I can explain what ascension, how the mechanics of ascension works, and essentially how we change frequencies, and the frequencies in our soul body, which are based on the energy, the underlying energy that is there, the electromagnetic fields in our soul body that provide power and animation to the physical body, then the ascension is changing up into a higher dimension. It's a bit like when you're watching TV and you want to change channel, and you click your remote control and you change the channel. Effectively, what you've done, you've changed the frequency at which the receiver within the television set is receiving a signal, and when you change the frequency, the picture changes and it tunes into a new picture. Well, in a sense, that's what ascension is. It's going up, increasing one's frequency in one's soul body and having a different reality. In other words, you watch a different movie in dimensions 4, 5, and 6. And as I explained in the multi-dimensional universe, that in the dimensions 4, 5, and 6, the body is no longer solid mass. It's no longer a carbon-based body. It's a semi-etheric body, or a plasma body, that is semi-solid. So it has a different nature. However, when we're in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, because everything else in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension has changed frequency and is at a different frequency, it also appears solid. But it's just the mass of the molecules and cells in the body are different. And there are different rules that apply to what happens to us in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. So if you haven't watched my previous videos on the mechanics of creation, the holographic reality field, the holographic universe, the mechanics of the time, space, and timeline class that we did, and then also the Merkaba field, understanding the Merkaba field, and the multi-dimensional nature of reality. Those are essential reading and viewings before you watch this video. So if you've been with me through our previous classes, then you will probably have a very good grasp on what we're going to learn in the Mechanics of Ascension. So much love and respect to you all, and we see you on the... Welcome folks to the Mechanics of Ascension. This is part 1, and we're going to do this in bite-sized chunks, so that it's not too much information, so you'll be getting a number of rapidly produced videos that hopefully you'll go through, spend some time thinking about, and then go through the next one, because there's a lot of information and it's quite foreign to human consciousness. Are we talking about ascension? And if one understands the process of soul evolution and the dimensional nature of holographic reality that we've covered in the past, ascension is a natural part of the soul evolutionary process, where one ascends to a higher state of consciousness. Your body doesn't go anywhere. Only your soul essence and consciousness does. Do you take your body with you? Well, we'll explain as we go along. It happens all over the universe, and is the means and processes that conscious soul beings undertake together to progress to their next station of conscious awareness. And they go into the next higher frequency bandwidth in the next 3 higher dimensions. That is a reality field in a new harmonic bandwidth of consciousness. Many humans are under the misapprehension that it's only human souls that ascend and it only affects them. That is only because we don't understand the processes involved. All soul beings are affected together, and they all ascend together and are supported by each other, by our soul families, who act as a kind of midwives, and by all of the universal systems and energies, except the fallen ones here. And if we successfully ascend, their whole evil empire will have been taken apart. Firstly, we should understand that ascension is a cyclical thing, according to something called the cosmic clock. A cosmic clock is measured by the time it takes for our solar system to pass through the center of the galaxy. That is the number of cycles in the vortex of time. So it goes, each time it passes through the galactic central sun, it takes about 25,500 years. Since the 21st of December 2012, we have been in what is called a stellar activation cycle, where the energy from the central galactic sun are stepped down through the stars, of which our sun is one such star. The frequencies that our Mother Earth, humans, animals, fish, birds, vegetation, insects, minerals, the microbial forms and the elementals all begin to experience a higher inner vibration, a frequency, that is released from the galactic center to the sun, and where the soul bodies of all the soul beings, those that I mentioned before included, begin to increase their vibration in preparation for ascension. When Mother Earth ascends, she ascends to star status and lends her energy to all the soul beings that she has been hosting so that she may ascend into a new Earth. It's very much like the birthing process, and it's accompanied by much trauma. Mother Earth births us, and all the soul beings here, into the next harmonic bandwidth and next reality field. And similarly, like when we are born here, we are taught new things and have new experiences in a different reality field. In a sense, we are born again and go through the next cosmic cycle, which is not 2,500 years in the next harmonic bandwidth, but has a different time stamp or circadian rhythm that I will explain later, because time compresses when it is at a high frequency. If there's something you don't understand, please ask questions, because the asking of a question opens your consciousness to possible answers. Just message me on Facebook or email me at colin.joe.byrne@outlook.com. That is the only way to learn. All of this information has been hidden from mankind by the satanic beings here in effort to thwart this process. But I'm going to tell you how it works. I was given this information and saw how it works by my higher selves in the second and third harmonic bandwidths, that is dimensions 4 to 9. Our soul families passed this on to me, and I hope I can pass it on to you as well as they did it to me. Thank you for watching, and be sure to watch part 2.